From the Rockville campus of Montgomery College Television presents Game 2 of our NJCAA basketball doubleheader with the Montgomery College Raptors welcoming the Lions from CCBC-Dundalk. Hi, everybody. I'm Michael Brown, and once again, it is my pleasure to welcome in my partner, Marcus Rosano, for the nightcap of our doubleheader today. All set for Game 2?
Hey, you know, there's an ice storm coming, but it's about to get red hot in here because there's two basketball teams that like to run and run and run.
Well, Marcus, you are correct. And tonight's second game of the doubleheader is a really important game, and I think especially for Montgomery College. They are going to have their hands full with this Dundalk team. Dundalk is nationally ranked. They are currently number 9 in the NJCAA D2 national poll. They're also in first place in Maryland JUCO. But Montgomery College needs this win tonight to keep the momentum going that they've built up over the last 3.5 weeks. You and I sat right here on January the 8th, and we watched them lose a heartbreaker at the buzzer to Hagerstown. But you know, that bad loss turned out to be a bit of a wake-up call for the Raptors. They've won 6 of 7 since then, and they are certainly playing their best basketball of the season right now. So they need this one to keep the momentum going with the playoffs right around the corner.
You know, Michael, MC has a core 4 that can play really with anybody in Maryland JUCO in Gaines, Christian, Vaughn, and Igioma. And like you mentioned, they've won 6 out of 7 games, and because of that core 4, who have seemed to buy into Coach Bryson's system, they're part of the reason they've won 6 of 7. But there was that one loss that they dropped the game to Baltimore, and there was that penchant for turnovers that really stung them in that loss. Now, you bring in this Dundalk Lions team and their beast of a 2-1-2 press. Can that core 4 add some sort of discipline in leading them past that full court press? We're going to see tonight.
Boy, they have got a tough task on their hand. Dundalk is deep. They play everybody on their roster. They have great scoring balance, and they have that vaunted full court press. So a real challenge for Montgomery College, and we are just about ready to see how they're going to respond. We'll be right back with the opening tip after this. You're watching Montgomery College basketball on MCTV.
Categories of birds that are considered raptors would be the eagles, falcons, and hawks. More specific examples would be the peregrine falcon, which literally catches songbirds in midair and then carries them to cliff sites in order to feed on them. You have bald eagle, of course, which is known for harassing other birds of prey and stealing their catch, sometimes in midair. You get the golden eagle, which is common out west, becoming more common as all of these birds of prey are making a comeback in the United States as we move farther and farther away from the use of DDT that was really hurting these populations. So we're seeing huge comebacks in many of the birds of prey in our area.
Welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College, where we are just seeing the end of the sophomore ceremony as the 4 sophomores from the men's basketball team have been honored for their careers here at Montgomery College, their hard work in the classroom. And just before the basketball players were honored, the sophomore cheerleaders, the graduating sophomore cheerleaders were honored. And a well-deserved honor by both. And now we are just about ready to get underway. The Montgomery College Raptors taking on the Dundalk Lions, the nationally ranked Dundalk Lions. And we're going to meet the starters for both teams. First for the visitors from Dundalk. Dundalk is number 9 in the country in the national NJCAA D2 national poll. And starting at point guard, 00, sophomore Akil Charles from Eleanor Roosevelt High School right over in Prince George's County, Marcus.
A lot of sports stars coming out of Eleanor Roosevelt.
That's for sure. Next up, number 5, a sophomore guard, Denzel Doolin from Forest Hills High School in New York State. Next up, a guard, number 11, Kendall Danglade, a freshman out of Northeast High School in Florida. And at the other forward, number 15, sophomore Donnell Glover from Carver High School in Maryland. And finally, at forward, number 33, Tamarcus Nix, a sophomore out of Cross Keys High School in the Baltimore area.
And the head coach of CCB-Dundalk is Jerron Taylor. He's in his first year as head coach. His assistants are Rodney Harrison, Dante Johnson, Daryl Perry, and Gus Durr Jr.
And now we're going to meet the starters for the Montgomery College Raptors. Leading off, number 1 at guard, D'Angelo Vaughn, 5'11" freshman out of Henry Wise High School. Next up, number 4, the sophomore forward and co-captain, Tim Christian from Springbrook High School in Silver Spring. And next up, number 5, Andre Gaines, a sophomore forward out of Quince Orchard High School in Montgomery County. And next up, number 10, a sophomore guard, Sam Igioma from Suitland High School. And finally, at forward, number 42, Zach Curran, 6'5" forward out of Pine Forest High School in Florida.
And the Raptors assistant coaches are Anthony Washington, he's in his second year with the Raptors, and Lewis White in his first year. The head coach of the Raptors is James Bryson, and he's in his third year.
And both teams are huddling and getting ready to go. Like we said, this is going to be a tough one for Montgomery College.
This is the number 1 Maryland JUCO team right now.
Take another look at the starting lineups for Dundalk.
And Denzel Doolin is the guy I'm looking to watch here. According to their coach, Jerron Taylor, he's been getting some Division I four-year school looks.
And he's their leading scorer. And there's, again, another look at the Raptors starting lineup. And we are ready to go as the Raptor pays us a visit here at the announce table. I'm getting a little massage there. Always feels good.
He's rubbing your head for good luck.
Well, there's a lot of head there to rub. As Denzel Doolin is going to jump center with Zach Curran.
Well, it looks like the Lions are coming out full court, man-to-man. They're not going to waste any time in applying pressure on the defensive end to the Raptors.
No, this is what we were told to expect, and we're going to see how the Raptors handle this. This is going to be a stressful game.
Wow, they
for the
immediately
Raptors.
trap in the corner on Tim Christian.
And there's a foul on Doolin.
It took 12 seconds for us to see how high the defensive intensity is.
Dundalk with an all first-year coaching staff. Every coach over there is in his first year. Jerron Taylor is their head coach. He was an assistant at CCBC Catonsville prior to getting the head coaching job at Dundalk.
And a Division I player at Wright State.
That's right. He played for Wright State in Dayton, Ohio. kind of a mid-level D1 program. They've had some very good teams over the years.
You know, there's 2 quick whistles, and I know it's only 15 seconds into the game. 2 quick whistles on the Lions, and that's indicative of the way that this game might be called, and that will benefit the Montgomery College Raptors.
Of course, the Lions have a deep bench, a much deeper bench than Montgomery College, but still, these are their starters, and they don't want to get them in foul trouble. D'Angelo Vaughn with a 3.
Well, that's becoming one of his favorite spots on the court, that corner jump shot.
Well, Vaughn is averaging 16.3 points a game. He's the 3rd leading scorer on the team, and he has really impressed us. A very fine player. There's a miss. Rebound goes up, and that's Nix, who went way high to get the rebound, and he was fouled on the putback.
Yeah, Thamarcus Nix went way up. I mean, he's a 6'4" guy, and I might mention he's got a great name.
One of the co-captains.
6.4 rebounds a game.
And he makes his foul shot as well. As a team, well, neither team is a great foul shooting team. As a team, Dundalk shoots 65.7, the Raptors shoot 63.3, but Nix makes them both. Nix is only a 58% foul shooter, but he makes them both. That time they break the press pretty easily. Gioma to Vaughn. Vaughn is the point guard, but Gioma will play some there as well. Christian misses. Charles with the rebound, ahead to Doolin, and he does a nice job of avoiding Vaughn.
Nice body control. Let D'Angelo Vaughn slide on by. But you also have to hang in the air for a good little while.
Boy, that's for sure. That hang time. That's something I could never do. Even in my heyday. I never had a heyday. On to Christian, to Gaines, has it put right back in his face.
Wow.
2 guys were up there. Dundalk gives up just 60 points a game.
And they average 85. That's a heck of a point differential. Whew. And then you wonder why they're 17-3. They're plus 25 on the scoring end.
Boy, that is a remarkable statistic right there. Inside to number 15, Glover, off a nice feed from Danglade.
6'5" Glover had deep position in the middle of that Raptors defense.
Gaines, blocking foul. Boy, a lot of contact there in the lane. As Nix picks up the foul, he hit the deck hard. Watch this. Boom. Kind of looked like the Seattle Seahawks defense there.
Wow.
Gaines, leading scorer on the Raptors team, goes up. No good. Rebound to Nix.
Wow, and Andre got a really good look.
Charles to Doolin.
Wow.
And he'll go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play. He's fouled by Curran.
Man, that's an athletic player right there. He's only shooting 30% from 3, but you could see from the first 2 buckets that he's gotten, he's very athletic. And like Coach Taylor said, he gets to the line quite often. But when you're that athletic, and he's got a big body too. This is a 6'3" guy that's pretty thick. He's a good athlete, and boy, can he glide.
He shoots almost 50% from the field from 2. 49.2% from 2. And if he's getting to the rim like that, it's no wonder. That kind of body control.
Pushing 75% from the line.
And they've already made a substitution. Number 24, Damon Cornish, is in for Dundalk.
Yeah, and that's something that's going to be of a concern to the Raptors. They only have 8 guys. I mean, they've lost so many players this year, but Coach Bryson says he really likes this core of youngsters on his team, but you only have 8 players, and you look at the Lions roster, and that is a long and deep roster.
And when you look at the stat sheet for the Lions, you don't have a bunch of guys that are averaging .2 a game.
Yeah,
I mean, they're getting contributions from all 11 guys on that roster.
Yep.
I mean, that's some real good balance. Denzel Doolin stands out at 18.5, but then it drops down to 11, and you have a whole bunch of guys in the 7, 8, 9 point category on their roster. That's tremendous balance.
Their second leading scorer is actually coming off the bench, Jordan Myers. He's averaging 11 a game.
And let's see, Brian Haley has just checked in. He's number 12. As Nix takes a seat, number 23, Akeem Morton just came in. He's an energy guy for them. So they've got a 9-3 lead here in the early going as the Raptors have just the 1-3 by Vaughn. There's Curran, and he's fouled. So he earned his trip to the line.
Oof, nice up fake, and they caught Brian Haley on that foul, but I think Haley got a raw deal on that one because he just went up, and Curran actually went into Haley. And for obvious reason, Coach Taylor on the Dundalk sideline was none too happy with that call.
And he's still talking to the official about it. Zach Curran is one of the best foul shooters on the team at 81.2%, and he makes them both.
And he's one of the guys that we always see out early, shooting and shooting and shooting before the games.
And Haley with the bucket. Here's Christian on the wing, and he loses the handle.
Wow, and Montgomery College went with a little token three-quarter court press on that last defensive series, and the Dundalk Lions just broke it and found the guy streaking on the baseline.
Here's Doolin again to the hoop. Rebound by Christian, and he's fouled by number 15, Donnell Glover. Almost got him in a headlock on that foul. There you see it.
Yeah, that one's going to get called.
Yeah.
Tim didn't like it very much. He's got to be careful with raising that elbow up.
Here's Vaughn, breaks the press, gets it to Curran, to Gaines, no good. Gets his own rebound though, goes back up, no good. Battle, and jump ball, and possession arrow goes to Dundalk.
Wow, the whistle had to get blown eventually.
3 seconds, travel, foul, something. So they called it a jump ball. It was a stalemate is what it was.
Boy, this Lion team likes to play some defense.
And he told me they believe in team defense. They play team defense, not individual defense. There's Christian, and he has it blocked, and another foul. So the Lions are picking up a lot of fouls early.
That's a quick 6, and we're at 15:58. Wow.
And they call a timeout.
And I think that foul or that timeout was for Coach Taylor to voice his displeasure.
Yeah, which is exactly what he's doing. And we see some blood out there. And looks like Tim Christian is being treated. Yeah, he's being treated over there on the trainer's bench. Looks like he got a bloody nose, probably caught an elbow. I mean, this has been a physical game. Or maybe it's the eye. No, it's his eye. It looks like a cut above the eye.
I wonder if that's from the foul that he got in that headlock, like you said.
Could be. Could be. And we're going to take another look at it. Just physical stuff. I think that's where he got it. And of course, the officials are very conscious and very always on the alert for blood on the playing surface. So yeah, it is above the right eye of Tim Christian.
Hey, this is Dundalk against Montgomery. This is not a game for the faint of heart.
Oh, no.
It hasn't taken us long to see that.
No. This is a serious game. So hopefully for Montgomery College, Tim Christian won't be out long because, again, we talked about their short bench.
These are big, strong, young men. This isn't CYO basketball, something I know a lot about.
Right. So they are waiting to see if they can get the bleeding stopped, as obviously they would love to have Tim Christian back out there. I mean, when you look at his numbers, 18 points, 7.2 rebounds a game, and he's coming back out. So they got the bleeding stopped, and he'll go to the line.
That's a nice save by our training staff. I mean, Tim Christian is shooting almost 80%. Of course you want him at the foul line.
As Gori Javan over there, the trainer, some would call her a miracle worker.
And that's 1 point for Gori.
Yep. So Gori gets a big assist here early in the game. We need to put her on the stat sheet. Evan Brown over here doing our stats, as always, doing a great job. Love having him on board. Nice ball movement. But Doolin couldn't get it to go as Curran put up the defense. Here's Igioma, and there's a travel. So Jaron Taylor working the officials a little bit.
Well,
we'll see what happens with that.
Hey, Coach Taylor, your Lions got away with a walk on this side, on the Raptor side, and the Raptors got called for a walk on this side. So, it balances out.
It balances out. And Dundalk is in the lead, 11-7, with 15:37 to go in the first half. Been a physical, fast-paced game, exactly what we expected up to this point. And that is number 10, Malachi Unuwiadegu.
Lefty switching to righty in the middle of the lane.
And he's just checked in. We may decide to call him what his coach calls him, which is Mally. That's number 10 for Dundalk. And McCants went behind his back. I'm not sure why, but there's Christian with a three.
And that's a shot against the #1 team in Maryland JUCO that Montgomery College needs. That's one of his favorite shots, and he's got to knock it down for the Raptors to stay in this ball game.
And there it is. He's wide open. And that's his spot. He loves those corners. Sophomore night here at Montgomery College. We saw the women's team for the Raptors take the opener in fairly easy fashion, and we are underway here in the nightcap. The MC men welcoming the Lions from Dundalk.
This is that fast-paced action that we were expecting the last couple of trips.
Jordan McCants in there now for Montgomery College for Igioma.
Nice role player Jordan McCants is.
Vaughn, no good. Battle for the rebound. Nix comes down with it, gets it ahead to Charles. Nice lead pass to Malley. And here's that pressure again. McCants breaks it. Going up against number 13, Jordan Miners, who's in, second leading scorer for Dundalk. Charles with the ball, playing the point. There's a steal by Christian, and he takes it all the way for the slam. Cuts that lead to 1. Nix, no good, gets his own rebound. There's Charles down the lane, dishes it, and that's number 13, Jordan Myers.
Wow. He's almost a 40% free throw shooter. I mean, if you want somebody on the Lions taking three-pointers, it's Jordan Myers.
And there's a turnover as Vaughn throws it out of bounds. Jordan Myers was a late addition to the team. He had a fractured wrist. He missed all of preseason practice. Showed up at the first day of regular practice, and Coach Taylor could not believe how good the kid was. And he's not a starter, but he's their second leading scorer.
What a luxury bringing your second leading scorer off the bench.
Boy, that's for sure. That's depth. That's just depth. As he hits a second three. So he comes off the bench and he's instant offense with 2 quick threes.
Vinnie Johnson style.
There's Vaughn from 3. Off the back iron, no good. McCants runs it down, and it stays at Montgomery College's end. Meanwhile, Andre Gaines has yet to score for Montgomery College.
He's had a couple of looks inside. They haven't gone down, but that's something, the couple of times that we've seen him this year, it's the chippies that he seemed to be not putting down. You know, that patented swoop to the lane, you know, with the left hand.
Wow, what a rebound. What a rebound by Malachi Unwi-Diago.
Wow, how many athletes can Taylor bring off his bench?
Man, that kid really got up there.
I mean, talk about interchangeable parts here. They're not missing a beat with these athletes coming off the bench.
He's just 6'1". McCants with a rebound. And they almost lose it, and that's a push. And they're going to call a foul on number 22, Sean Tarver, for pushing. And he's basically, Jerron Taylor has basically had his entire team in the game already. I believe every player has already seen action. As I look over at the bench there may be 1 or 2 that have not been in yet.
And this is a big team. I mean, you don't have a 6'9", 6'10" guy, but you look up and down the roster, you have 6'6", 6'4", 6'5", 6'7", 6'5", 6'3". So that's a good-sized team in the Maryland JUCO ranks.
That's for sure.
And you and I have seen, you never see that 6'10" prototypical post player at this level. You see athletes, you see tweeners, and you see guys that are 6'3" that could pretty much play 5 positions on the basketball court.
You see a lot of three guys that play the 3 position on the court. Small forwards, but you're right. So this is, there's a travel.
And it's interesting too. You can say that they're more 3-2 players versus the 2-3. You know, you don't have your shooting guard, small forward. You have more of your small forward shooting guard.
D'Angelo Vaughn comes in for Jordan McCants. So, of course, James Bryson has his work cut out for him with just an 8-man team now. Boy, he's really got to watch the substituting. It becomes an art when you only have 3 on the bench. There's Vaughn from the corner, in and out, no good. Rebound to Myers, he pushes it up the floor. Wide open look from 3, no good. Rebound to Igioma.
Big strong rebound for Sam.
He's a good athlete. Here's
Yes,
Vaughn.
he is.
Igioma from 3, good. Igioma.
Boy, they desperately needed that 3.
And there's one by
It's Malachi again.
Diago. Oh! And that one stuck.
That's unfortunate.
Marcus, when you want to run over there and knock that ball out for him?
You know, I'm connected to these wires here.
Ah, okay. Otherwise you would.
Of course.
Yes. .22 to go in the first half. Igioma, no good. And that ball will go over to Dundalk. Jason Rogers Paris has checked in for Montgomery College.
He really played well the last time we were here, Michael.
He did. And there's a nice putback by number 23, Akeem Morton. Vaughn breaks the pressure, gets it to Gaines. Nice look to Christian. Up, no good, but he's fouled.
That was a good break of the press. I mean, D'Angelo saw the trap coming, but as soon as you see the trap coming, you kind of draw it and then get rid of the ball. You can't get trapped with the ball, and that's what he did.
Got it to Gaines, who I thought would drive the baseline, but he saw Christian, and as a result, Christian's going to the line. And there's the first shot, and it's good. Christian, a 78.5% foul shooter. And he is, his name is all over the top 10, top 20 in Maryland JUCO, Tim Christian. He fills up the stat sheet, as we like to say. 8th in scoring, 13th in rebounding. And there's a foul on Rogers Paris, who fouled number 22, Sean Tarver, as he was going to the line, or going to the hoop.
Boy, speaking of stat sheet, where would MC be without D'Angelo Vaughn this year?
Wow. That is for sure.
I mean,
I was thinking about that as I was preparing all our notes for the game.
I mean, this is a player that came out of nowhere and has pretty much, in my opinion, been the best player on the team this year.
Dundalk 10 for 19 from the field overall, and Montgomery College just 4 for 16 here in the early going. Dundalk 8 for 12 from 2. Montgomery College just 1 for 6 from 2-point range. And the Lions with an 8-point lead.
The Raptors have not gotten off, except for Tim and Christian's dunk, an uncontested shot. Every shot, even the shots they hit, there's a hand in the face.
What's keeping Montgomery College in it right now are foul shots. They are perfect from the line at 8 for 8.
And there's that patented left-hand swoop glide to the lane, if you would, by Andre Gaines. This time he gets the hoop and the harm.
And he's going to go to the line. And that is 9 team fouls on Dundalk already, and we're not even halfway through the first half.
Yeah, and Coach Taylor's telling them the same thing.
Just 9-4 as Gaines completes the three-point play. So we were just talking about him not scoring, and he completes a three-point play to cut the lead to 5. As Myers goes to the hoop and scores.
Wow.
That's 8 points for him already. Vaughn to McCants. There's Gaines, Christian. Gaines under the hoop. And another foul.
Andre can get to the line almost every time that he goes up strong in the paint.
And he does go to the line a lot. His problem is when he gets to the line, he's only shooting 40%.
And you know darn well when it comes down to crunch time, under 5 minutes, you need him to be on the court. And, you know, the opposing team knows who you can foul. But he's so physical underneath, and and he shoots from the left side, which is more difficult, obviously, for a defender. And you're going to get to the line more.
And he is, he's a very physical player, and he does play close to the hoop. That's his strength.
Yep.
So he's going to go to the line a lot. There's McCants, no good.
And those are layups you got to hit.
Yeah, particularly against a team like Dundalk.
Number 9 in the country, you just can't let those points go away.
And there's a foul underneath. A lot of fouls being called here. There you see it. There's the foul by Igioma on number 10, Brian Haley.
Yeah, you're right. It seems like we played a lot of basketball, and there's still 9:59 left in the first half.
Possession arrow in favor of Dundalk.
15 fouls in the first 10 minutes.
And Igioma with the follow. And McCants goes down hard on that ankle after missing that layup. And boy, they can ill afford that as he limps over to the sidelines. Must have come down on it wrong.
He's holding his left knee. I was hoping that it was going to actually be a twisted ankle, because when you come down with all of your weight on one foot, the knee goes.
We couldn't see the finish of that play, but I guarantee you that's what happened. He is definitely in some discomfort over there as the training staff brings out the ice.
And when there's no contact, that's worse. I mean, he was literally by himself.
MC 11 for 11 from the foul line, but just 6 for 19 from the field. What is wrong with that picture?
Wow.
But the foul shots are keeping them in the ball game.
Indeed.
As they are down just 3. There's another foul call as the whistles are getting a workout tonight.
Yeah, D'Angelo tried to beat the ball to the spot, or beat the man to the spot, and he didn't do it.
So this is number 13, Jordan Myers, inbounding it to number 24, Damon Cornish.
Hey, MC is not shooting the ball well at all, and they're only down 3.
No, they've got to take some comfort in that. And there's a wild pass. Vaughn picks it up. Whoa.
Woo. That'll get your money's worth.
Yep, he's going to earn those 2 shots at the line.
Hello, my name is Damon Cornish.
Nice to meet you. And Corey Wallace, our ace camera guy, doesn't flinch an inch.
Hey, listen, Damon Cornish, we've said it before here on the air, that when you foul somebody going up for the shot, if you're going to foul them, you foul them. Don't let them make the bucket. And that's what Damon Cornish did.
Of course, you don't want to do a flagrant, and that was not a flagrant.
That wasn't a flagrant, yeah.
It was just a hard foul. Just the kind of foul to prevent that 3-point play.
Now, if that was Jason Rogers-Paris going up for that shot, as opposed to D'Angelo Vaughn, the smallest guy in the court, then maybe it'd be different.
Another collision as Tim Christian fouls number 11, Kendall Danglade.
Who said football season is over?
We've had some contact out here. I think you said it the best earlier in the game. This is not a game for the meek.
No.
And there's Danglade's shot. It's up and in. And his second up, no good.
Kendall Danglade all the way from Florida. He is not liking tonight's forecast, or he hasn't liked the last couple of months here in Maryland.
No, he's probably questioning his decision. Probably very happy about the basketball, but maybe not the weather. As we've had a rough winter so far, and we've got apparently the groundhog, what's his name, said we were going to have 6 more weeks of it.
Yeah, Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow.
And there's Christian with a nice rebound. Igioma from the corner, no good. Rebound to Dundalk. Number 22, Sean Tarver with the rebound.
That's 6 or 7 wide open threes that the Raptors have missed. And we talked about the defensive intensity, about the Lions wanting to get a hand in the face. Those open threes, sure, they're three-pointers, they're low percentage shot, but against the number 9 team in the country, those threes they have to start falling.
But then Dundalk returns the favor with sort of a mental lapse of a turnover.
And that's been a couple of times down the court they've done that.
So they that kind of play will help keep Montgomery College in the game. There's Timmy Christian with a nice reverse layup.
Right to the baseline, and you use the backboard as a shield.
And he gets the rebound on the miss there by number 30, Brogdon. It's all tied up at 30. And Montgomery College has fought their way back into this game on sophomore night.
Hey, give these Raptors credit. They were down by 8 points a little while ago, and they kept their composure.
And the press has really not seemed to bother them that much. And again, we're talking about a team with just 8 players.
And one thing about the press not bothering them too much, this disjointed whistleblowing has really helped them. I mean, it's not a fast-paced game. It's not a turnover game per se. It's a sloppy, rough game.
And that was a foul there by Tim Christian that he really wishes he had back.
This is the kind of game that Coach Rob Long wanted his Lions women to play.
Yeah, it's kind of that ugly. Even though this is not a half-court game, it's a bit of an ugly game at the moment.
And we certainly didn't see that in the women's contest.
Turnovers are almost even. Dundalk with 8, Montgomery College with 7, and that. I think the turnovers and the foul situation have really tended to stem the momentum of the game. Oh,
sure. And the turnovers, even though it might be even, they've come at bad times for the Lions where it looks like, ooh, they can pounce, no pun intended, and they turn the ball over, helping Montgomery, of course.
Jordan McCants, glad to see him back in.
That's
apparently that knee is okay.
That's a good sign.
We'll keep an eye on him. See how he's moving. He's a very quick player, very fast, goes full throttle. And we can see why Jordan Myers is the second leading scorer on this team. He has come in and played very well. Really been the outstanding player. And there is a timeout taken by Montgomery College as they were having trouble with the press that time. I think
and D'Angelo Vaughn's getting an earful. Your best ball handler, sure, Jordan McCants is in the game right now, but your best ball handler was at the other end of the court waiting for that long pass. And you got to get back and help the ball.
You got to get the ball over the timeline before you do anything. As we see James Bryson. He's in his 3rd year as head coach. Played his college ball at Villanova under Raleigh Massimino, and then played a number of years in Europe as a professional.
Long professional basketball career for James Bryson.
Played in a lot of different countries in Europe and really enjoyed the experience.
And that's got to help the recruiting when you're sitting in a living room saying, yeah, I played at Villanova in the Big East, and then I went overseas, and I played, for a decade in Europe. A lot of experience on the sideline.
And Christian in the corner, out to Vaughn. They're going to set up the offense. Christian. Dundalk on top by 2. And there's Vaughn. He puts the Raptors ahead for the first time. Well, actually, for the first time since he put them ahead 3-0.
That's the shot you need to fall. And that zone, the 2-3 zone, they've been leaving that three-pointer open.
There's Vaughn again. Back-to-back threes for D'Angelo Vaughn.
And that was a little bit of emotion from D'Angelo. He's always so even-keeled. He actually pumped the fist.
They've got a 4-point lead all of a sudden.
And he closed out on defense right there, but it didn't matter.
As Doolin comes up with the putback off the miss by Jordan Myers.
Ooh. That probably should have been foul 11 against the Lions.
And the Lions are in the, with 10 fouls, putting Montgomery College in the double bonus, so they'll be shooting 2 regardless, with still almost 7 minutes to go in the first half. Gioma. Nice pass to Gaines, but he had the shot blocked.
That was a nice look. He knew Gaines was going to be on the other side of that play.
On Christian from 3, and he makes it.
Hey, Jerron Taylor, if MC is heating up from three-pointer, he's going to have to come out of that zone. And it's 3 players that can shoot 3. It's Igioma, it's Christian, and it's Vaughn.
They do play a lot of zone. They normally run either a 3-2 or a 2-3 zone, Dundalk. There's Vaughn from 3, another one. Wow. Wow, all of a sudden, D'Angelo Vaughn has taken over the ball game. And that's 3 threes in the last couple of minutes for D'Angelo Vaughn.
He loves that corner, and so does Timmy Christian.
And the Raptors all of a sudden up by 8 points.
That was quick. The joy of the 3 ball, huh, Michael?
Well, I'll tell you, it can turn a game so fast. Whether you're behind or ahead, it can really turn the game fast. And Jerron Taylor talking to his team. Let's see what they do defensively from this, because they are really they're killing the zone right now.
They have been forcing the 3, and we talked about it a few minutes ago that they weren't knocking those 3s down. Sure, we saw D'Angelo hit the first one and Timmy Christian hit one, but they missed 5, 6, 7 in a row, and now they're falling. That's a testament to the Raptors. Sure, we know that the Raptors like to shoot, but when they start to fall, hey, it's that much better.
Oh yeah, they're kind of an unconscious team. They will shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot. But tonight they are really falling. They are on an 11-0 run right now, and so they've gone from 3 down to 8 up in just a couple of minutes. .604 to go in the first half. And I got to say, I'm mildly surprised at where we are right now in the ball game.
As am I. But, you know, we were looking at the stats earlier, and MC is averaging 43 rebounds a game, and Dundalk is averaging 40. The stats are very similar, but that was one thing that I was thinking that maybe could work to the Raptors' benefit. Is on the glass, and you know they're doing a good job rebounding and of course hitting your 3-point shots, but you can't deny the Raptors' defense as well. Not something that I would say that Coach Bryson would hang his hat on, but for the Raptors this season, but they're playing decent defense.
This is Akeel Charles at the line, and he missed them both. Igioma with the rebound. 3 fouls on Vaughn. Now that is a concern as he hits another 3.
Wow.
As they can ill afford to lose D'Angelo Vaughn. He's got 3 fouls. And there's a lot of time left in the first half. He does not want to pick up the 4th. That would be a disaster for Montgomery College. There's Vaughn, and he traveled as he hit another 3.
Wow.
After the travel.
They should try to let him shoot at halftime. He is hitting everything.
He's got that shooter's mentality, and right now he is unconscious out there. Get me the ball, it's going in.
But he's also a fantastic ball handler as well.
There's Doolin. He has it blocked. No call. Here's Gaines. To Christian from a long way out, no good. Battle for the ball, and it'll go to Dundalk. As number 11, Danglade and Andre Gaines went after it. It's Akeel Charles with the ball.
Coach Taylor's foul situation has closed up a bit.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's now 10 fouls to 9, and there's going to be another one. That one's going to be on Tim Christian, who is all over the back of Denzel Doolin. Boy, he rode him like a nag at Laurel, didn't he?
I think he really did. Woo! Wow, Timmy Christian, bring a saddle. Hey, again, he got his money's worth on the foul.
He sure did.
I don't know how many times we say it a game. And he also has a bloody eye,
and
so he's not happy about that.
No, and Doolin missed the first foul shot, so it paid off.
Yes, it did.
However, both teams are now in the double bonus, so anytime they go to the line for the rest of the half, it's going to be 2 shots. So there was a big gap in fouls, and it's been narrowed very quickly.
Yeah.
Could be that Jerron Taylor's working the officials is working a little bit.
Another 3.
As the 3 ball just keeps falling.
It could be the officials, or it could be just basketball.
Right. I tend to think it's just basketball.
I think you're right.
There's Doolin and another foul.
And that's, I don't know how many that's on Timmy. You got Vaughn with 3.
You can't afford to lose anybody.
And that's Christian's 3rd.
3 fouls on Tim Christian, 3 fouls on Vaughn. 2 of your top 3 scorers are in foul trouble. I mean, there's no question. When you have 3 fouls in the first half, you're in foul trouble.
And I'm one of the biggest fans in the history of Big East basketball, and I'm pretty sure Coach Bryson does not have any eligibility left.
No, I don't think so. And there are no reinforcements over there as Zach Curran comes back in. We do see Will Jackson over there on the bench, but he hasn't had the warm-ups off yet. So
nope.
I'm wondering if he's healthy. Although I was told all the Raptors were healthy when I talked to James Bryson the other day. Could be something came up. They've had a game or 2 since I talked to him. There's Gaines to Curran.
Yeah.
Nice look.
Yeah, Gaines saw Curran, and Gaines waited patiently for the defense to collapse, and he knew Curran was waiting under the basket.
14-point lead for the Raptors. That one was short arm. There's Doolin. Goes up, no good. Rebound, Igioma. Has it taken away, but the ball hits the end line, and Montgomery College will retain possession.
It's funny, we're talking about how this was an ugly, physical game with 20 fouls called. Well, there's been 86 points scored already.
Yeah, 86 points.
And MC has 52 points. So much for a disjointed, ugly game. But can you possibly have a 52 or have a huge output and have an ugly game? I guess you could.
Montgomery College on a 19-4 run.
Well, that'll change ugly quick. That'll turn real pretty.
Vaughn with a fancy little pass there to Gaines. Kind of flipped it under his arm.
And did you see Andre reach in and then pull it back really quickly? Those are things that you're not going to be able to do. You have 3 minutes left in the first half. Don't pick up that ticky-tack foul. Don't pick up that needless reach. I mean, right. I'm sitting here saying, no, don't foul, don't foul.
Particularly when you have a short bench and you already have Tim Christian with 3 and D'Angelo Vaughn with 3. So that puts number 20, Umbori Watson, on the line.
Yeah, Coach Bryson's going to have these guys sort of pull the reins back, if you would, and not be so physical.
19-5 run by Montgomery College has put them up by 15 points with 3:16 to go in the first half.
I mean, but how can you tell 18, 19, 20-year-old kids to not play physical basketball?
Particularly when they're playing a team like Dundalk that's playing physical basketball. So, but they are going to have to find a way to keep these guys in the ball game. And this is one way to do it. Slow down the offense a little bit.
That's something that is not characteristic of MC basketball.
No, it's been a problem for him. Igioma, no good. Doolin the rebound. He breaks the pressure, and I'm not quite sure how, but he did. Charles had a good look in there to number 20, Watson, but he couldn't hold on.
D'Angelo had to pull away from contact on that play. I mean, usually your number 1 point scoring threat, like a guy gets 3 fouls and he's arguably your best player, he's finding his seat on the bench for the rest of the half, and I'm not sure he'll be back, but him and Christian are sitting there, and I don't see how they can come back into the game. They need to find 2 minutes and 20 seconds of pine.
And they're taking some time off the clock here as Jason Rogers-Paris came in for Vaughn. So 2 of their starters on the bench with foul trouble. There's Igioma, no good, but Gaines gets the rebound. Wow, that was a great rebound by Andre Gaines.
And Andre Gaines didn't get the foul call. He was clearly fouled. Great effort on this rebound, and he did not get the foul call.
He got fouled, no question. In there battling.
And then so did Jordan McCants. Jordan McCants got fouled as well. They got the foul against Jordan. Okay. All right. All is right in the world, Michael.
So McCants will go to the line. 1:52 to go in the first half. And it has been jam-packed with action, fast breaks, lots of fouls, lots of contact. And he makes the first. McCants 58.7 from the line. Averages 5.2 points a game and 1.4 assists a game.
How important is Jordan McCants going to be the rest of this game?
With D'Angelo Vaughn in foul trouble. And that's the problem with 3 fouls, 1 more, and he's really in hot water.
Now you have a little different team now with Jason Rogers-Paris and Zach Curran in the game at the same time, along with Igioma and Jordan McCants at the 1 and the 2.
Unwi Diago with the basket. And that's a turnover.
And then that's going to bring up another problem. Christian and obviously D'Angelo Vaughn are so integral in breaking that press. D'Angelo Vaughn could bring the ball up to quarter court, and it just seems Tim Christian is always at one of the wings. And he's 6'5" with long arms. That's going to be a problem.
There's a foul.
Luckily, there's only 1:19 left, but that doesn't mean they bring out the press again, and you still have those players with 3 fouls in the second half.
And I'm sure Jerron Taylor, the head coach of Dundalk, is thinking, all right, let's get this lead under 10 by halftime, and then it's manageable.
And now I'm looking over to the sideline, and D'Angelo Vaughn is coming in, and that is such a dangerous game. He's literally one hand swipe away from having a 4th foul.
Tim Christian back in also.
I mean, these 2 players have 3 fouls. I mean, Coach B's the coach, but I'm putting these guys, I'd send them to the locker room already.
All they need to do is pick up a cheap foul, and then all of a sudden that could change the entire complexion of the game.
It's not like the whistles are in the pocket today.
Oh, no. No. They stopped counting after 10 on the scoreboard, but I guarantee each team has at least 14, 15 fouls. And Gaines with a nice reverse layup. Vaughn, look out. Getting a little crazy out there. And this is when a cheap foul could be had.
And this is where you got to take a breath and slow it down.
And that's what Vaughn looks like he's going to do. Gaines, Igioma. There's Vaughn again. Wow, what a first half for D'Angelo Vaughn. And Myers is fouled. And who is that foul on?
That's going to be Igioma.
And they were lucky because Tim Christian was in that neighborhood. Yep.
Yeah, Timmy pulled away, but it was Igioma.
Yep, definitely Igioma on the foul. So 23 seconds to go in the half, and that puts Jordan Myers on the line, and he misses.
Wow, talk about signature wins. We talked a lot about signature wins in the first game. If Montgomery College can hold on and win this game, that is a signature win with just, 2 games left in the regular season?
2 games left in the regular season.
I mean, there's a lot of basketball to be played.
Before Maryland JUCO. They broke the press nicely. And another foul on from the foul line. Montgomery College, this is a big part of the story here, Marcus. Montgomery College 14 out of 15 from the foul line. When have we seen them shoot from the foul line like that this season? And Dundalk is 13 out of 23. So that's a big difference.
And when you hit your threes and you're 14 of 15 from the foul line, that'll build you a 17-point lead.
And they've been hitting those threes.
Let's remember that Dundalk is giving up 60 points a game, and Montgomery has 58 as we speak.
Montgomery College 10 out of 21 from three. 10, and Dundalk just 2 of 9. That's the ball game right there. That's kind of it in a nutshell. 10 for 21. And there's a foul on Curran. They're picking up a lot of fouls here. Both teams actually in the last minute of the half.
I gotta take my Raptors rooting gear off because I get frustrated here, and there's 7 seconds left in the game. A bucket right now is much less important than giving up another foul. In the grand scheme of things here, you have right now, it looks like you have a 7-person team because, you know, like you said, Will Jackson hasn't taken the warm-ups off. So to get a foul with 7 seconds, I don't see the trade there.
And he made them both, so that was not a good deal for Montgomery College. As we're winding down, there's Christian from the corner, off the mark, no good. A rare miss from 3. So that is the end of the half with Montgomery College on top, 58-43. And Marcus and I will be right back with our halftime activities after this short break. You're watching Montgomery College basketball on MCTV.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Register today.
One word to describe Montgomery College: awesome.
Interesting.
Fun.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Inspirational. Spectacular.
Family.
Nice.
Diverse.
Excelling.
Surprising. Perfect.
Opportunity. Fun.
Great.
Exhausting.
Inspiring.
Flexible.
Excellent.
Awesome.
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 It's a bird of prey.
Why a bird?
A raptor is a bird of prey. So that's going to be a bird that is a carnivore that hunts other animals.
Oh, that's awesome.
Some general characteristics of raptors are very sharp hooked beaks in order to tear and eat the meat of their prey, and also very sharp, very strong talons to allow them to capture their prey.
Okay, well, I think that's fierce then. I think that's good.
It's definitely a little bit intimidating, and I feel like we want to intimidate our opponents, and I think it definitely shows a little bit of the spirit of Montgomery College, because birds of prey are like sort of at the top of the food chain for birds, and hey, I feel like Montgomery College is at the top of the food chain.
Can I do a raptor noise? I would fail. No. I don't know.
That's what the sound would be like. It's a very intimidating sound. Seriously.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Woo! knows?
In 1946, Montgomery Junior College opened its doors, offering classes in the basement of Bethesda Chevy Chase High School. The college only offered night classes initially, and as a result, the athletics program became known as the Knights. There was a lack of funding for athletics uniforms when the college opened, so the football team's gear consisted of hand-me-downs donated by the Washington Redskins. Frank Rubini, a faculty member known to all as Rude, is credited with organizing the fledgling athletics department, and his football team was a standout in the early years. Led by stars like lineman Ted Lineski, the Knights had back-to-back undefeated seasons in 1953 and 54, and made their first bowl appearance on Thanksgiving Day, 1954. When the Rockville campus opened in 1965, the Knights moved to the new campus, and for the first time, the football team had a home field on campus. The Tacoma Park campus then adopted the nickname Falcons and adopted a blue and gold color scheme. With the opening of the Germantown campus in the 1970s, a third team was born, the Griffins. For years, Montgomery College continued to field teams at all three campuses, cultivating a rich athletic history, including numerous bowl games, state and regional championships, junior college World Series appearances, and countless honors for student athletes. These teams were led by legendary coaches like Phil Martin, Tom Bickey, and Kelly Wakeman. MC has won national championships in golf and tennis, and in 2011, women's soccer beat Monroe to claim the national title. In 2012, the athletic program was consolidated and a one-college approach was adopted. Athletes don't play for a single campus anymore, they play for Montgomery College. The Knights, Griffins, and Falcons may have been succeeded by the Raptors, but their place in Montgomery College sports history is indelible and will always be revered.
I'm Felipe Galazzo. I'm a graphic design student. I've been at MC for 2 years, and now I've transferred to MICA. So I was born in Uruguay, and I've been moving around a lot around the world. Well, I moved to DC about 2 years ago, and I started looking up colleges because I didn't know anything around here, and I think Montgomery College had one of the best graphic design programs and facilities. My graphic design class, Valerie Burkhart, gave it out as an optional assignment, and I thought it'd be an awesome opportunity to. I've always wanted to do a sports-styled illustration, so it was a great opportunity to do that. I weighed the pros and cons of every velociraptors against every type of bird of prey. I discarded the velociraptor because there was already a Raptors basketball team. I weighed the pros and cons of every bird, and I kind of put all the pros together and started sketching from that, trying to get all the positive things into one focused idea, I guess. I guess the aggressiveness and intellect, they're all very smart animals. I think that's something that can relate to MC students, and they're also very international, I guess, so kind of like the school spirit here at MC. I think everything that I initially wanted to get in there, all the fierceness, the intelligence, the speed, it all got in there, so I'm pretty happy with that. So this design was when I was getting pretty close to the end, the final process. We wanted to have the raptor going down towards its prey, like ready to grab it, pick it up. The tail was pointing down, like it's not usual, but it kind of gave it a more fierce, unique look, and that sort of led to this, which was the final sketch, I guess, which it embodies like all the same qualities, and it's just a little bit more refined. It's an honor, really. I hope I can come back in like 10 years and still see it around, and even after that. So.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Register today.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. We are at halftime of game number 2 of our doubleheader, where Montgomery College is holding a surprising 58-43 lead over the Dundalk Lions. And Marcus and I are pleased to welcome in Greg Enlow. Greg is the Director of Alumni Relations and Annual Giving here at Montgomery College. Greg, thanks for dropping by to talk to us.
Oh, it's absolutely my pleasure to be on air with you guys. You kidding me? Forget about it.
Greg, thank you for being here. I know you have 3 kids at MCPS, so giving us your time tonight is an excellent honor for us.
Well, actually, it was a good break, and thank you for allowing me to have that break from the children.
Let's get right into it. And one thing I've noticed since I've been here at Montgomery College, when I talk to people, it just seems that everybody in Montgomery County has some sort of alumni connection to Montgomery College. I mean, you're talking people from Germantown all the way to Silver Spring. Talk about some of the numbers of folks floating around this area that are actually Montgomery College alums.
Well, first off, you're absolutely right. Dr. Pollard does something when she goes into a room with a large group of people. She'll say, how many of you went to Montgomery College? And a large amount of hands will go up. And then how many of you have someone who in your family went to Montgomery College? And more hands go up. By the end of the time, how many of you know somebody who went to Montgomery College? How many of you want to go to Montgomery College? And everybody's hands is up. We have hundreds of thousands of people who've attended classes here, and we consider that an alum if you've taken classes. We have good addresses for 120,000 plus of people who've attended school classes here and are proud. Many of them are proud alumni. You'd be amazed how many jump up and say, hey, I got a great education here.
Well, they should be proud. I came back here and sort of late in life and got another degree here, and it's one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Well, Montgomery College is, it's the community's college, truly, in all senses of the word, and it's Montgomery County's college, and we put so many of our alumni back into the workforce and generate for this economy so much. And for the alumni relations part, what we do is we create programming that invites people back to campus. We go out into the community and we welcome them to stay connected to us, and we do things like we have alumni chapters for like nursing or engineering, or even our retired faculty we treat often like alumni, because our faculty, our staff are very connected to the institution as well. But we do things like networking events, so people can to help them with their career aspirations. We help them stay connected to other alumni that they may have taken classes with, stay connected with faculty and staff here that have helped them, because again, it's such an interconnected community, and that we reach out to them so they can reach back to stay connected with us to help our students as they're looking to become alumni.
And I can imagine that the power of like LinkedIn, for one, must be a huge boon for folks like you and alumni, obviously, and and Facebook and stuff like that. Talk a little bit about some of what you talk about staying connected to MC, because it's got to be a hard task, because there's so many people, like we were talking earlier, 60,000 people come through our doors. How in the world do you stay connected to this entire giant web of alum?
It's an excellent question, and we rely a lot on social media, and we also rely on our volunteers. We have an alumni board of governors that go out and represent the institution for us and reach out, and we do these events, again, to try and get people to come to us, and we go to them, and any means possible, really, whether it's email blasts or going out in the community, going along with Dr. Pollard. Anytime we can be out in the community, sorry about that, my thing's falling off. These are not Dr. Dre beats. Oh, is there a sponsoring opportunity there?
None whatsoever.
Sorry. But at any rate, so any way we can get them connected, and again, those events and those opportunities. We also provide a lot of, like, if you are an alum and you let us know, you can get discounts at the bookstore here on campus. You can check out books at our library. You can get discounts on auto insurance, hotels, rental cars, things like that. So we offer a lot of services for our alumni, and we hope that they come back and also help our students. We do mentoring for our current students. So if you were wanting to be a lawyer, for example, and you didn't know exactly what classes to take here and how you got into that field, we have alumni on our board and part of our mentoring program that will sit and talk with them and be a mentor to them and help them be successful, because again, it brings it back into the community.
Well, talk to us about, I know there's an exciting event upcoming at the Dogfish, it's the Dogfish
Head.
event.
Oh, I'll take this one, the Dogfish Head Ale House. Oh, it's so tasty.
Well, and Marcus wasn't the one who said this, but at the Dogfish Ale House, they open up the, I'm going to get to that in a second. The Dogfish Ale House opens up their doors to us, the Alumni Association, Montgomery College, and it's a great opportunity for us because they give us 15% of anything sold there, whether you go in there and buy some merchandise, you go and buy some food, or maybe even a beer, or 5
They
for
have
Marcus.
good beer, so I'm told.
They do, and as someone has once said, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. So come out on, it's Tuesday, February 25th, and like I said, 15% comes back to the Alumni Association, which goes straight into our scholarship fund.
And of course, even if you don't have a connection to Montgomery College and you just live in the area,
right,
and you like Dogfish Head, you want to go get something to eat, the proceeds will eventually come back and help Montgomery College.
They help the student, our current students, that's right.
And one last thing I want to mention, and then we're going to ask you to stay around with us and watch a little basketball. Tell us about the upcoming Alumni Awards and event that's coming up.
So on Saturday, April 26th, we have our Alumni Awards and Hall of Fame. So the Athletic Department's Hall of Fame is on the same night, and we're inducting one coach and three former student athletes: Mark Crutchfield, basketball player, Rob Moxley, basketball player, now coach at NC State, and Maurice Hicks, who played in the NFL, with football player. So it's a great event, April 26th at 6 o'clock here on the Rockville campus. It's a lot of fun.
Well, if you'd like to hang with us for a while and watch some of this basketball from this perspective, we'd love to have you.
I'm here.
And we are underway here in the second half. And the original starting 5 is back out there for Montgomery College. Keep in mind, a couple of guys with foul trouble, Tim Christian and D'Angelo Vaughn. And the same starters are back out there for Dundalk as well.
Yeah, Michael and Greg, this is a surprise. There was an 8-point deficit for MC early in the first half, and that run that MC went on, raining three-pointers, really shocked everybody in the building.
Well, that is the difference in the game. We have not had a chance to talk too much about the stats, but Montgomery College was 10 of 21 from 3 in the first half.
Phenomenal.
And normally if you're hitting 35% of your threes, that's doing well.
And I got to tell you, these kids, they're reminding me a lot of Marcus with their tenacity and how in shape they are.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I mean, I've seen him work out, and this is definitely, they take on a Marcus Rosano persona.
Speaking of excellent athletics, you, my friend, were a pretty good pitcher, and you played at the Division I 4-year level. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was actually, I played at the University of the Pacific out in California. It was in the Big West Conference, which is a really good baseball conference. They just switched over to another one. But I went to a community college prior to UOP. I started off a 4-year school, didn't like their program, and last minute went to a community college. Best decision I ever made, and that's part of the reason I feel connected to Montgomery College, even though I didn't go here. It was just great decision to go there, and also a great affordable decision.
Ian, you were a pitcher,
I was.
but tell me a little bit about how that experience sort of transformed you into the position that you're doing today. Obviously, you can not only relate to students, but you can relate to the alumni.
Right. Well, I think that anytime you have the opportunity to be involved in like these young men who are out here on the court right now, you have an opportunity to work as a team and establish leadership qualities that will help you throughout life. And where it helps me, I think, in my current position is, as I went to a community college, I understand the importance of what a community college can do to help mold you. And the athletics part just helped because it broadened I wasn't just sitting in classes, and I was part of student government, I was part of the student newspaper, but I also, I got to know the student athletes as well, and so I think it's a great connection, and you do definitely gain some experience in the leadership and teamwork.
Well, Montgomery College has got some good teamwork going right now as they enjoy a 15-point lead, and there's a travel that negates an easy 2 for Dundalk.
I like our intensity throughout the game. I really like how we're bringing it, and you got going back and all kidding aside, the shape these kids are in to be pressing on the defensive side.
And if you look over at the bench, Michael and I have been talking about this all game. They've got 7 players,
right?
And you're going against a team.
And D'Angelo Vaughn with another 3.
But you're going against a team that literally Coach Taylor played 10 guys in the first 6 minutes.
Right.
That's a lot of basketball players against a bench of 7. Or a bench of 2.
As Michael and I were talking at the break, we got to be careful though about with our fouls.
And that would be number 4
That's
on number 4
on Tim Christian.
That's not a good thing.
He got a blocking foul.
Yeah,
I mean, compared to some fouls we've seen today, it's a little bit ticky-tack, but that was a foul.
And they're leaving him in right now. Oh, here he comes.
Yeah, he's got to
get him out of there.
17-minute mark, yeah.
You got 17 minutes to go in the game, and your second leading scorer just picked up his 4th. And Marcus may be in good shape, but I'm not sure about this one.
I'm not running out there.
I don't know. You should see him on the treadmill. He's something to watch.
As long as that treadmill doesn't start taking quick lefts and rights, my knee is going to be great.
So Tim Christian takes a seat. Jordan McCants comes in to replace him.
And Greg, this team from Baltimore, or from Dundalk, I should say, is number 9 in the country.
No, I know. You were telling me that earlier, and you watch them, and you can tell they're a good team. They penetrate well, but we've been matching them blow for blow so far. The threes have really done it for us.
Yeah.
Oh, the 3 has been the tail. Plus, we've done very well from the foul line.
Right.
I'm sorry, Michael. Coach came out of the zone. They're running man-to-man right now for obvious reasons.
Yeah, we've been breaking the zone, so.
There's Akeel Charles, and boy, he went 90 miles an hour down the court and is fouled.
Caught Zach Curran in the mouth with an elbow on that one.
Montgomery College is also 14 for 17 from the foul line.
And that's not something that we see all the time from MC.
I got to tell you guys, the Raptor just gave me a shoulder massage, and I tell you what, versatility right there. Versatility. Not only can he dance.
Is a talented Raptor.
Not only can
That's
he
one
dance.
of the advantages of sitting here. We get that every game. It's one of the perks.
And Michael has the luxury of getting a head rub sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
For luck as well as
you and I, Greg. We have enough stuff in our hair that we're not getting any head rubs.
No, I got nothing up there. I'm on natural.
Well, I got it. Another thing about the Raptor. What an exciting time for the college to unveil the Raptor a few months ago, and I like what the athletic department did a couple of weeks ago when they honored alumni, student-athlete alumni here, and we had people from the 70s and up, and recognizing that they may have been a Knight, they may have been a Falcon, they may have been a Griffin, but that we're all coming together, respect the past, respect what we did, and who we were and who we are now. And I think it was just great the way we launched the Raptor and and brought them all together for that event. We're going to be doing more of that, by the way.
That's one of the things that Michael and I always talk about is how different it is now to walk on campus and have one color sweatshirt out there. There's no more burgundy and gold or green and yellow or blue and yellow like it was, at Germantown and Tacoma Park. And that means a heck of a lot on a college campus, as you know, that everybody can kind of come together under one mascot and one color.
Right.
Number 15, Glover just hit one. They're cutting into the lead just a little bit, but again, those threes from Montgomery College are the difference maker. And Thamarcus Nix, co-captain for Dundalk, just picked up his third foul. Montgomery College is 12 for 24 from three, 50%.
What was that?
And looks like Igioma just got called. When your bench is that short, getting an off-the-ball foul is just that's not acceptable. I don't know if we can see it on replay. Man, oh man.
Well, here's the story of the game right here, gentlemen. Dundalk 2 for 10 from three. Montgomery College 12 for 24.
If you can shoot 50% from three.
And Dundalk comes in at 29.8%. So they're not a very good foul shoot or 3-4-point shooting team, but Montgomery College is shooting 34%, which is average, maybe slightly below average.
I believe we would use the term en fuego.
Yeah.
Dare I say.
Dare I say.
Yeah.
Dare.
To steal a Dan Patrick phrase,
yes,
it's absolutely appropriate.
He didn't trademark it.
No. But there's a long way to go, although I got to say I am impressed with the intensity of Montgomery College tonight. There's a push in the lane.
And another thing is neutralizing Denzel Doolin. He came in leading the team in scoring, and we saw him in the first 5 minutes. That's a Division I product right there. He's getting looks, number 5 here, Doolin in
no
black.
doubt.
And he's averaging, 18.5 points a game? And I don't know if our stat man, Evan Brown, can tell us how much Denzel has scored, but he just hasn't dominated the game.
There's a steal on the inbounds, but they missed the shot at the other end and then pick up a foul. So the fouls have really been a factor here for both teams.
And they've worked to Montgomery College's advantage. When we talked about this game early, Coach Taylor loves to run this really aggressive, in-your-face 2-1-2 full-court press, and they started calling fouls quick. So that neutralizes your defensive intensity, if you would.
9 points for Doolin. We were talking about him earlier, so he's well below his average. As Jason Rogers-Paris, the nice soft touch around the hoop.
Talk about improvement, Jason Rogers-Paris.
Boy, that's been one of the big improvements of. There's a jump ball, and the possession arrow goes to Montgomery College.
Nice defense by Jordan McCants getting his hands in.
But early in the season, Rogers-Paris, his conditioning was questionable, I would say, and he could play short bursts, but didn't contribute as much. He's contributed much more here in the second half of the season.
I mean, he's 6'8". You need that size.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's one of the bigger guys you're going to see in Maryland JUCO. We talked about early in the game. You just don't see the 6'8", 9', 10 guys in Maryland JUCO. I've been calling basketball in Maryland JUCO for 10 years, and you just don't see that. Every now and then. But usually it's a project kind of guy.
Otherwise, they got to look from another Division I.
Yeah. And Igioma stepped on the line.
Yeah, you can't coach height.
No,
you can't.
Oh, it's speed. Wait, you can't coach that either.
Nope.
Wait. Now I'm confusing myself, Marcus.
You can get faster, but you really can't stretch yourself to get taller.
Bobby Brady did. I don't know if you saw that episode.
I remember the Joe Namath episode. Speaking of Joe Namath, he made an appearance at the Super Bowl.
He was rocking a fur coat.
Nice job on the coin toss, Joe.
Glad Susie, what's her name, wasn't there.
Greg, I'm not going to kiss you tonight.
Damn it. We are awfully close here, Michael.
And Rogers-Paris with a putback.
There's our guy, Michael Brown, Rogers-Paris.
All of a sudden, it is 70-49, folks.
For Scott in the truck, we've been talking about Joe Namath and Susie Colbert.
And Gaines misses a bunny. And boy, the bodies are flying all over the place. And there was an ill-advised pass, and they're going to call a foul on Rogers Paris for reaching in.
I think if anybody has a foul to give, it's probably Jason.
And there is a timeout on the floor. And, you know, earlier we mentioned the Facebook page for the Alumni Association. Tell us a little bit about that, what people can find when they go on there and like it.
Well, for one thing, you'll find out any event we may be doing. Yeah, you want to follow us on Facebook, MCM Alumni Association, and like us and get us to all your friends. But you can find out any of the events we're doing. You can find other alumni that you may have taken classes with. You can send a message. We can help you find alumni. We can search our database and help you if you're looking for people. And just, again, interesting articles about what's going on the campus, what's going on with other alumni out in the world. We have I can't remember now, I'm blanking, but an author who just wrote a book. She was
Sue Mack.
Sue Mack,
Yep.
thank you.
Yeah, Sue Mack. She was on CBS this morning,
Right.
I believe, or whatever they're calling their morning show.
Yeah, CBS This Morning. That is correct.
Let's call it that. That works.
Yep. Speaking of alumni, you mentioned the athletic alumni event we had here at the basketball game last week, and one of the interesting names that surfaced from that honorary ceremony was Patrick Cole, and
right.
I'm just reading. I'm the hugest football fan in the world, so this just fascinated me. Patrick Cole played football at MC 86 to 88, and he was just inducted into the Semi-Pro Football Hall of Fame. This is a guy whose semi-pro football career not only took him all over the world, literally all over the world, but it lasted him 20-plus years.
Yeah, and that man, he for as big as he was, from what I've been told, could really move. And yeah, how cool is that?
And I just read about it. I actually saw him in on the internet. Saw him in a uniform of a international football team. Just an amazing story. And sometimes you just be like, really?
And
that
of course,
is some of the things that you learn.
Of course, his head coach would have been Phil Martin.
Coach
who
Martin.
is a longtime friend of mine, former professor here at Montgomery College, and longtime football coach. He's in the NJCAA Hall of Fame for his coaching career, and just a super guy.
And he's been very helpful with our Hall of Fame. As you know, I came on 2 years ago, and that transition time, there's, some alumni weren't embracing the Raptor idea or the switching the mascots, but Phil was there to help me and guide me from the athletic alumni standpoint. And I've been talking with him on and off about doing a football reunion. I would love to do it in the fall. I don't know if we have enough time to plan it, but we're definitely going to do a football reunion to get the guys, not just that played for him, for Kuski, Quest. Now I can't remember. It's K-O-U-S.
Kineski.
Thank you. Because one of the guys who was out here for that alumni recognition event was Tracy Lott, who played quarterback here at 76-77. He had the record for longest yard run from scrimmage for MC. And then he transferred to great story. We transferred to Maryland, got in an accident, and so he decided he was going to walk on, and coach was going to have him play. Got hurt, decided not to stay on the team, got his degree, went to the Air Force, and now he's a pilot. And great guy, great story, and it's those type of stories you love to hear when you're talking to alumni. That's what keeps me going in these type of those stories. Martin Moriarga, the Moriarga Coffee. Just great people who've come through the school.
And speaking of great athletes, we had Jerome Junkyard Dog Williams. He actually made a video appearance at our Raptor rollout back on November 19th. So that was kind of cool.
That's cool.
All the way from Nevada.
Yeah.
Yep, he's
Prescott
doing very well. Vaughn, no good. Back to action here. Raptors enjoying a 70-52 lead. We're almost halfway through the second half, and I got to say, I'm surprised.
And, you know, that play right there, it won't come up really in a box score other than a rebound, but Jordan McCants is about 5'8", and he just out-rebounded the post players for the Lions. And that's the type of attitude that we've seen tonight.
Right. Like I said, intensity and tenacity.
They are just not backing down.
Nice.
Gaines with a block.
Wow.
That was nice. Good hustle.
And we got a great look at it, and we're going to get another one. Wow, great job there by Corey Wallace to get that one. And a great job by Andre Gaines on the block. Saved a sure two. There's a three, no good. Gaines with a big-time rebound. And the intensity of this Montgomery College team is impressive tonight. Just 7 guys.
Right.
And your second leading scorer has been on the bench now for 7 minutes.
Easily, yeah. Pulled him out at the 17-minute mark, that's right.
So this is impressive.
And they're in no hurry right now. And at the last time out, I saw Zach Curran actually do one of these as the players. It was getting a little bit frenetic, and there's no reason to get frenetic when you're up 20. And he went like this, sort of, pretty much saying what Coach Bryson is going to tell you in the huddle. Chill out, guys, relax. We're up 20 points. There's no reason to run around here. We saw what happens against Hagerstown when you try to continue to play up and down the court and you're trying to nurse a 15-point lead. Next thing you know, it's 10-5, and then you lose the game.
Well, Tim Christian back in the game, 4 fouls in all.
And there's a 50-50 ball that has been won by MC all game.
Right.
And those are important. Another thing that doesn't really show up in the box score, but when you get those 50-50 balls, and it's a great kind of piece of lingo that everybody's using now, but it really means something. It shows effort.
No, and
there's a three by Christian, no good.
We can't fall in love with the three. As much as we've been utilizing it, we got to make sure we're running our offense.
Our statistician, Evan Brown, just handed me McCants, who we were talking about, one of the smallest players on the court with 5 rebounds in limited playing time. So he's got a good rebounds per minute average, that's for sure.
And not only that, again, you won't see it in the box scores, but he looked around, saw that he was trapped, dribbled around, got it back out with a reset clock off the rebound.
Yeah, they killed some clock that last trip down the court. 72-52, 20-point lead with just over 9 minutes to go. Tim Christian. McCants saves another one.
Again, just heady play. Just heady play.
And scrappy, too. But that's what Jordan McCants is. He's that kind of that blue-collar guy.
Vaughn has not picked up any more fouls, and I hope I didn't just
jinx
him by saying that, but
knock on wood.
He's played the whole second half without a foul. 70-56.
And here comes the pressure.
There's Christian. He's got to watch out for the charge, too.
Yeah, just
did a
changes
nice
your whole
job
game.
there. There's Doolin.
Nice. That should be going the other way. Went off his leg.
Yeah, it should.
And we're going to get a look at it. This is Christian doing a nice job of hanging in the air there and avoiding the charge.
Yeah, when you have 4 fouls, it just changes your whole game on both sides of the court. You know, with the cameras off me, I have to say I do have a face for radio.
That's not true.
And we are having some discussion with the scoring table, resetting the clock.
Looks like someone has a cut.
20 to go in the game now. The whistles have not been nearly as prevalent here in the second half as they were in the first. Each team with only 4 team fouls at this point.
Michael, is that, I'm looking up at this, is that 44 as in Jason Rogers Paris with 4 fouls? I'm trying to figure out our own scoreboard here, and if that's the case, I don't know.
Trouble.
That would be trouble as well. That's 3, and if he's sitting on the bench. But Zach Curran at the same time should be, Zach Curran is your starting center.
He's got 4.
Wow.
Just verified that with our stats guy.
Hey, you know, we did see a game this year against Northern Virginia, the women's side, where they actually finished the game with 4 people.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yep.
I've seen that before.
And it's funny, Michael and I are just so caught up into the game. You know, we're such professionals, we did not even realize there was 4 people on the court.
Very intense. I know you guys.
And Igioma has 3 fouls as well. So all of a sudden, the foul's starting to mount up. And that's jump ball, and that will go. Possession arrow is in favor of Montgomery College. So the lead has been cut to 16, but Montgomery College has the ball. Let's see if they can work the clock a little bit. Igioma over in the corner to Christian. He drives out of control, and he's fouled. Hit the floor hard. And there's not a whole lot of padding on Tim Christian.
No, there's not. He turns sideways and you lose him.
Yeah, he is a tall, thin guy.
Well, I'll be the first one to say that Tim got bailed out there because you're nursing a 16-point lead and you looked for your shot at 23 seconds on the shot clock. I'm pulling it out a little bit more than that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think ideally you want to work the clock down to 10 or 12 before you start your move.
It's tough though because your instincts take over.
And that's
absolutely
that's
it is
his
tough.
spot too. He usually, if he doesn't shoot the 3 from the corner, he
He'll
up
drive.
fakes and everybody knows he's shooting, and he goes right by on the baseline. So you're right, and we talked about that, about staying away from the physicality of getting your 3rd or your 4th foul. How do you tell these guys not to play physical?
Right. You can't. I mean, it's
they just called a tech out there. A technical foul has been called.
Well, you know, Coach Taylor's been looking for one since about the 10-second mark of the first half.
Yes, he's been chirping. He's been chirping.
So Jerron Taylor picks up a technical foul.
Coach Taylor played at Wright State.
That's the right place to go.
Indeed it is.
I know the baseball coach there.
And D'Angelo Vaughn hits the foul shot.
It's in Ohio, right?
It's in Dayton, Ohio, about 40 miles west of where I grew up.
That's a Buckeye sitting to your left, Mr. Enlow.
Not a Buckeye.
I am a Buckeye.
Actually, my son's name is Dayton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were going to name him Sandusky, but we thought that'd just be mean.
I was born in Sandusky.
Now
we're playing Ohio geography here.
Only reason I know that is I've seen Tommy Boy.
I've driven through Toledo.
Holy Toledo.
We got a correction on that technical foul. It's on Akil Charles, 0-0.
Well, my apologies to Coach Taylor if he watches this.
I have a feeling he's going to be watching.
But I'm not going to take that back. He has been looking for a technical since the 10-second mark.
He has. I agree with that. And I said because he's been chirping. He's been having a dialogue with the refs.
Oh, he's not going to deny that. There's Doolin. He has it blocked. Good defense there by Montgomery College.
Came up a little limp there.
And Gaines is kind of hobbling up the court there. That is not somebody you want to see hurt.
Well, at this point, Michael, with 2 guys on the bench, you don't want to see anybody hurt.
No.
You don't even want to see the coaching staff hurt.
No,
really,
there are no reinforcements on the way. So it's not like they have an injured guy who's coming back next week.
I will throw out that I do have a year of eligibility.
Good for you.
Coach Bryson?
They measured my vertical leap with a piece of paper. Slipped it under there, but.
Well, you're sitting at the right table then.
Yeah. But you're intense.
Indeed.
Sam Igioma. And he makes both free throws. Montgomery College not wielding under the pressure here. And they come up with another steal. Rogers Parrish with the steal.
Slow it down.
There's Christian. He doesn't know how to slow it down, apparently.
Now's the time. You have to pull up on the reins.
Oh, they try an ill-advised alley-oop there to Doolin.
I mean, Montgomery College is just loaded with thoroughbreds here that like to run up and down the court. And now is the time to pull up on the reins and say, slow down.
Right.
Whoa, Nelly.
But right now,
So the Raptors retain possession under their basket.
They're definitely not quarter horses.
No, there's no cantering going on out there. Inbounds to Curran. Now they're bringing it out.
Or you're going to trot it out like that, are you?
Igioma to Vaughn from 3. He's been a little quiet in the second half. And man, he took over the game in the first half.
Did he hit 20 in the first half, Michael?
He did. He's sitting at 26 right now.
Man.
He had 26 points, 3 assists, 3 fouls. Has not picked up that crucial 4th foul, and that's been huge for Montgomery College. He's played a very smart second half. Now, he hasn't been as involved in the offense either, so maybe a bit of a trade-off there, but they're getting offense from other quarters this half. There's a sloppy pass right into a bunch of Raptors. And he's slowing it
play
down.
by D'Angelo. Pull that ball out.
As you can see, James Bryson setting him up in literally 4 corners.
Dean Smith would be proud right now.
He sure would. Rogers Paris. And I'm not sure what that was about, but he missed the shot. There was still some time on the shot clock. Dundalk. Nix, no good. Batted out to Vaughn, and he holds up the hand to slow things down.
Smart.
You know, sometimes it's just not your night, and that shot was sort of like a microcosm of the game where it just didn't fall.
Oh.
You know, and there's been a lot of that for the Lions tonight.
They've shot poorly from the field.
And they've shot themselves in the foot, too, with some really costly turnovers.
And there was an air ball. Boy, that didn't even come close.
You know, and we hate to hearken back to the Hagerstown debacle, which it was, you know, leading by 8 points or 7 points with 30 seconds left in the game. But Dundalk doesn't seem to have that one player, and I can't bring his name back, but he's the guy that scored 39 points and single-handedly took Hagerstown back in the game, and I don't see that from Dundalk tonight.
Victor Blakey Jr.
Yeah, it's a good call, Michael Brown. And what a game he had, including the last-second buzzer beater.
Yep. I mean, it was literally 2 ticks before the buzzer. That was a heartbreaker. But it looks like Montgomery College learned a lesson from that game. They've won 6 of 7 since. They can win this one tonight. That makes 7 of 8. That's a legitimate roll, folks.
And they got a makeup game coming up as we speak here on this coming Saturday.
Yeah, you don't want to put them out to pasture yet.
Not yet. And, you know, and that's funny too, because we've sort of, Michael and I have been on the fence about this club all season. Who is the team? And in the opening we talked about there's the core 4, and you know, they're the guys who you really needed to go to, but they've gotten some good contributions from Jordan McCants and from Zach Kern and from Jason Rogers Paris, things that you really needed to see. But the core 4, I guess you could say, you know, has really been the mainstay. And Coach Bryson said that these guys, they might only have 8, but they bought into his system.
Are you saying, though, you're skeptical that they have the horses to get through it?
I think that they certainly do. But it's always been how they play. It's been more of a mental thing and I don't know, how do you say it, Michael? Help me out with this one here. They've got the talent, but it's just putting it all together on the court. And I know it's a cliche.
I'm seeing things tonight that tell me that this is a team that's learned a lot this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and you're right. We've been asking, are they going to learn the lessons all year?
Tim Christian gets fouled hard. He goes down right in front of our camera guy, Ed Seattle Seahawk fan down there, and he hung in there, got us the shot. Look at that. Ed Clark.
Well, what Derek Carter was telling me before the game is that this team has really learned to play together. They know how to play. They know each other. They know where they're going to be on the court, and that sometimes takes some time to establish that rapport with your team, and but he says that they're really gelling right now. And as you said, with 6 of the last 7 games that they've won, I mean, if you want to peak, you want to peak at the end, not at the beginning.
And they've lost a lot of names off this roster, be it for academics or discipline, and this is a different team from day one.
Absolutely.
But he said that they really bought into it. Sometimes less is more, and maybe it's proven to be the way for the Raptors this year.
They had just 2 returners to start the season, Tim Christian and Andre Gaines. Everybody else was new, just like with the women's team. It's taken them a while to gel, and it looks like both MC basketball teams are gelling at the right time. So I'm pretty excited about the postseason, which starts next week with Maryland JUCO.
Well, and I think you see it every March. You know, the team it's not always the best team; it's the team that's playing the best. I mean, it sounds stupid, but it's true.
You get hot at the right time, you can go a long way in the postseason. But it's a tough postseason,
right?
And there's a lot of games and a lot of days, and when you've got a bench that's only 7, and now we look over at the bench and we see Andre Gaines with ice on his ankle.
Right.
That's a little worrisome. Hopefully it's just a tweak, but you know, when you start playing in the Maryland JUCO and in Region 20, you are playing back to back to back. You could play 3 games in a row, and that, you know, in 3 days, or 2 games in 3 days. So that's tough when you've got a short bench.
It's tough when you have a deep bench. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know, and Coach Bryson told you, Michael, that he honestly, legitimately feels that his team could win the Maryland JUCO Conference.
He does, and the way they're playing tonight,
who could doubt him? Really,
I can't argue with him.
This is the number 1, so it says, the number 1 team in Maryland JUCO right now.
They are. They're in first place in Maryland JUCO.
I mean, this is a team that actually beat PG this year, and PG is really good. I mean, PG beat Montgomery.
They've beaten a lot of teams this year, and you know, they're 17-3 coming into tonight, and
number 9 nationally, right?
Number
9 nationally in D2. So they're a higher division. The cards were definitely stacked against Montgomery College tonight, but boy, it's a cliche, but they have really risen to the occasion.
And you got a kid from New York, one from Florida, one from New Jersey. I mean, and that's what you see in these the higher level of NJCAA.
Yeah, you see kids coming from out of state, and that's generally not the case with Montgomery College with D3. 3 minutes to go in the ball game, and Montgomery College holding a nice 19-point lead as, boy, it's wholesale replacements here for Montgomery, or for Dundalk, as 5 new players come in. So wholesale substitution.
It's like I'm watching a hockey.
That's right.
Yeah, it's almost like a line change in hockey, isn't it? But Montgomery College slowing it down. Igioma.
Speaking of the Seahawks, Igioma looks like a guy who could play defensive back for Seattle.
Doesn't he?
Yep.
He just looks like a guy that could play free safety.
Yep.
For my fellow UOP alum, Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll, this is true. Oh, that's right. We were supposed to ask you about that.
Yeah, you don't have to ask me that. I'll bring it up.
And you just did.
And I just did. That's right. That's University of the Pacific. We're a small school, but we're proud.
What was your nickname? What was the mascot?
We're the Tigers.
The Tigers?
Stole it from Princeton.
Yeah.
1851.
Whoa, high flyer there. Nix missed it.
Another rebound.
Another rebound
again
for Jordan McCants.
And, you know, and congratulations to Jordan. He's one of the sophomores that we honored before the game. Great job, Jordan. You played a heck of a game tonight.
All right, we got just over 2 minutes left to go in the game, Marcus, and we need to pick a player of the game. It's tough on a game like this where but who do you think it should be?
I don't think it's that tough. I mean, when they went on that 19-4 or 21-4 or whatever run that was, it was D'Angelo Vaughn.
And I would agree with you.
He was red hot.
It's D'Angelo Vaughn. He turned this game around in the first half. He hit 4 or 5 threes, back-to-back, it seemed like. He's got 26 points on the night, 2 rebounds and 3 assists, and made a lot of really smart plays on the defensive end.
I was going to say, and he also, a few times when things seemed to get a little crazy, pulled the ball back, calmed things down.
And that's one of the things that Michael and I have been harping on, all season, is playing with that mindset, being smart basketball players, and they did that tonight.
Well, and he also has a really nice head of hair.
Hey, and we've mentioned that before.
Oh, yeah.
I have to be honest. I'm a little jealous.
I'm quite jealous of D'Angelo.
That's right. That's smart. So finally he pulled back. It's good to see.
Yep. And he's done a nice job of running the offense tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He's a calm-looking guy out there. Of course, he plays at high intensity. But those threes in the first half, it absolutely turned this game around.
No, we were down 8, and then all of a sudden, all of a sudden we were up. It was amazing, and we kept on going.
And Igioma hit a couple as well.
Right. That's right.
And it certainly has not been a one-man band tonight for Montgomery College. They've gotten contributions from every player out there.
Yeah, don't forget McCants.
No.
I mean, some heady plays, some rebounds at key, crucial times, and being that size and doing that, coming up big as you will.
I know we're not supposed to.
Andre Gaines on the boards with 10 rebounds.
That's good. I think Jordan McCants has been my favorite player of the season, Michael. I know he's not going to get the headlines of the
favorites.
MVPs, but he has really been a glue guy for the Raptors this year.
A glue guy?
That's a glue guy.
Starting to sound like Dickie V right there. He's a glue guy. I love this kid.
That wasn't me. That was Greg Enlow.
So, Andre Gaines with 10 rebounds, leading the team with rebounds. Jordan McCants with 7 rebounds. 6
I'll have
points.
you know, sorry, Michael, I interrupted you, but I need to have Mr. Enlow know that it's in my contract that I am not allowed to do Dickie V impersonations.
That bad or that often? What?
26 points for Vaughn, 18 for Christian, and 13 for Igioma. And you think that Andre Gaines has had a quiet game, just 7 points, but those 10 rebounds were huge. And this is going to go down as probably the best victory of the season for Montgomery College. We're under a minute now.
Michael, let's not forget that they beat an undefeated Howard team in a game that we saw.
That's true.
So, it's that Jekyll and Hyde type of thing that the Raptors have been dealing with, trying to fight through, all season. But when they play right and when they play heady basketball, the talent ends up taking over and shines, and it just shines. And they beat 2 of the best teams, if not the best teams in all of Maryland JUCO.
You almost want to put it in a bottle and save it for the next game.
That's right. This is definitely one of the smartest games I've seen them play this season.
And, Coach Bryson has said all season that they're immature, but they could be growing up now at the right time.
So the clock winding down as appropriately enough, Jordan McCants with the ball in his hands. And this is going to be a Montgomery College victory. It is going to move them to 14-10 on the season. It'll drop Dundalk to 17-4. And again, you got to think 7 out of 8 now. This is a legitimate role. This team's got a shot in the postseason. No question about it.
They play like this. I mean, this is a well played game. If they continue to play like this, they've definitely got a shot.
That injury to Andre Gaines' right ankle has to be of concern.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. I'm hoping it's just a tweak.
And unfortunately, he's a lefty, and that's your push-off foot. When he does those patented swooping through the lanes, he jumps off that right foot.
No, let's just hope that's a minor problem.
When's their next game, Michael?
They play this weekend. Today is the 4th. They play on the 8th.
Yep.
They've got a makeup game on the 8th. It was one that was snowed out or iced out a few weeks ago. So under 20 seconds to go in the ball game, and this one's going to go down for Montgomery College as Dundalk gets a bucket.
What was that?
I'm not sure why that whistle blew. With 9 seconds to go in the game, and they are just going to dribble out the clock here as the Montgomery College Raptors come through with an 83-66 win over Division II, 9th ranked nationally, the Dundalk Lions. So a great win for Montgomery College. And Marcus and I want to thank Greg Enlow for stopping by and chatting with us at halftime and spending the second half with us. We really enjoyed it.
Absolutely. I had a great time. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you, Greg.
Great job. And we will be right back with a quick look at this game, the stats, a recap. You're watching Montgomery College basketball on MC TV.
One word to describe Montgomery College: awesome.
Interesting.
Fun.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Inspirational.
Spectacular. Family.
Nice.
Diverse.
Excellent.
Surprising. Perfect.
Opportunity. Fun.
Great.
Exhausting.
Inspiring.
Flexible.
Excellent.
Awesome.
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 No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Register today.
Welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College, where we just saw the Montgomery College Raptors upset the Dundalk Lions, the D2 9th ranked nationally Dundalk Lions, 83-66. Marcus, an impressive win for Montgomery College tonight.
Wow, we talked a lot about the defensive intensity that the Dundalk Lions were going to bring in, about that 2-1-2 press, about them being number 9 in the country. It didn't matter. The Montgomery College Raptors came out tonight, and once they settled down a little bit, they shot the lights off in the first half, and they literally ran away from Dundalk tonight. And CCBC-Dundalk had no answer for the likes of D'Angelo Vaughn or Timmy Christian or Andre Gaines or even Sam Igioma, the core 4 that we talked about.
That is for sure. The game was won, in our opinion, from the three-point line. Montgomery College, 13 out of 30 from 3. Now, they tailed off a little bit in the second half. They were 10 for 21 in the first half when the game really turned. Dundalk just 3 for 17.
Yep.
Foul shots, Montgomery College 22 out of 33. Dundalk just 15 out of 27.
And they really dictated the pace after Dundalk went on they went up 9 points in the first half. A lot of people were going to watch this game if they missed the first few minutes. It looked like Dundalk was going to run MC out of the building. Or like, oh yeah, I guess that does look like the 9th ranked team in the country, the number 1 team in Maryland JUCO. But once those three-pointers started raining down and MC's defensive intensity started heating up a little bit and forcing some turnovers that were timely turnovers for the Dundalk Lions, it just really turned into an MC-dominated game. And we've been harping on it all year. They played smart basketball when they needed to.
They pulled the ball out. They worked the clock. They slowed it down. And you talked about their defense. They allowed just 23 points in the second half for Dundalk, when you know that Dundalk was putting the pressure on, trying as hard as they could to get back in the game. They were held to 23 points. Individual stats-wise, our player of the game was D'Angelo Vaughn with 26 points. He was followed by Tim Christian with 18. and Sam Igioma with 13. Those were the leading scorers for Montgomery College.
And the other guys who actually made big contributions and aren't going to show up in the box score, like Zach Curran, Jason Rogers-Paris, and Jordan McCants. Really, Jordan McCants, again, I said he was my favorite player this year, but he does some little things that you're not going to see in the box score. But he also showed up big on the boards, and he's only 5'9" or 5'10".
7 rebounds for the little guy. And we don't want to forget Andre Gaines. He had an off night offensively, but the guy came through with 10 big rebounds and played real hard. Now, he did injure his ankle. We're hoping it's not serious. We'll find out more about that later. But again, what can you say? This is the best win of the season for Montgomery College as far as I'm concerned. From start to finish, the smartest game they've played, the most heady game that they've played. They earned this one tonight.
And let's hope that they follow it up with another well-played game. We've seen it this year. They can shoot the lights out. They can play like a championship team. We saw them upset Howard, who came into this gym undefeated, and they beat Howard. They hosted the number 9 team in the country. They beat them, but they have to bring it back on Saturday and win.
Well, they've won 7 out of 8 now, so one can hope that they have picked up that and developed that consistency that can carry them through the postseason. The postseason is going to be tough with that short bench, but I tell you, you got to have a lot of hope after tonight. And we have had a great night here from Montgomery College. It was a doubleheader sweep for both Montgomery College teams as the women's team won the opener over Dundalk, and then the men's team came back with an impressive win in the nightcap. So for Marcus Rosano and everyone on the hardworking Montgomery College production crew, we want to say thanks so much for watching Montgomery College basketball on MCTV.